So in this problem, we're asked to graph the following piecewise function. And we can see that we have two pieces in this piecewise function. We have the first piece that is 2x minus 1 for x's less than or equal to 2. And we have the piece 3x for x's greater than 2. So I really kind of just want to illustrate what's going on here. Let's take a look at this graph that I have down here. So we can see that the breaking point between this is going to be 2. So what I'm going to do here is using a color, where is x equals 2? It's going to be right here. So essentially what's going to happen is we are going to have two different graphs. We're going to have a graph for the left-hand side, and we're going to have a graph for the right-hand side. The right-hand side is for the stuff greater than or equal to 2. So that's going to be this piece over here. This is the right side. And this piece over here is the left-hand side, because we can see right there it says for x is less than or equal to 2. So this is going to be the left side. Now let's go back up here and take a look at this function and see how we can figure this out, how to start this. So what we need to do is we need to first start by picking some points in our domain, and then we are always going to test the end point. Because see, what we want to do here is when I go down and I take a look at my my graph, we want to figure out not only what's going on over here on this left-hand side, but we need to see where these different graphs end along this line. So how we're going to do that is we're going to focus in on our first piece, and it says y is equal to 2x plus 1, and this is for x is less than or equal to 2. So let's pick an x value less than or equal to 2. Well, 0 would work. And if we plug in 0 for x, remember what you do is wherever you see an x, we plug the 0 in. So right here where there's x, so this is going to be 2 times 0 minus 1. So what do we get for our y value? We get negative 1. So when x is 0, y is negative 1. Let's pick another value. Let's pick 1. Then it's going to be 2 times 1 minus 1. 2 times 1 is 2, minus 1 is 1. The last number we're going to pick is we are going to pick our endpoint, since we need to know what happens when x is right up against that line that we have down here at 2. So we're going to plug 2 in. So if x is 2, y is 2 times 2 minus 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So now let's go ahead and let's plot these points. So the first one is going to be 0, negative 1. So we have 0, negative 1. That's this point right here. 0, negative 1 is right here. What's another point? I have 1, 1. So I'm going to plot the point 1, 1. That's right here. And finally, I need to plot the point 2, 3. And since this is where we need to really focus in on, since x is less than or equal to 2, it's allowed to be 2. So what we're going to do is this is going to be a closed dot at the point 2, 3. So that's what I'm going to put. We're going to put a closed dot at the point 2, 3. 2 on the x, 3 on the y. That's right here. And now again, it's kind of tough for me to draw straight lines, but you can see that this is going to be the left-hand side of this piecewise graph. And now we need to go up here and we need to take a look at this second piece. This is for all of the x's greater than 2. So that's going to be the right-hand side. So give me an x value greater than 2. How about 3? That's great. And then we'll pick 4. And then we will always test our endpoint as well. So we're going to pick 2. So when x is 3, y is 3 times 3, which is 9. When x is 4, y is 3, y is 3 times 4, which is 12. And when x is 2, y is 2 times 3, which is 6. And now here's something I really want to focus on. This point right here, since x is just greater than 2, this is going to be an open circle. This is because since x was when we look over here, since x is less than or equal to 2 over here, when we go over to this side, since it's just greater than 2, it's going to get an open circle at that point. So now let's go ahead and plot this points. We have 3, 9. So 3, 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can see I'm not going to be able to keep all these points on the graph. Should have picked a smaller function. 4, 12. Okay, we're going to do the best we can with 4, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4, 12 is going to be somewhere up here, right? So again, didn't do a great job picking a function, but this will work for our purposes. And then finally, I have that point 2, 6. What we're going to do is at 2, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we are going to put an open circle here to let us know that this line is going to get really, really close to that point, but it's going to be an open circle there. So you can see we have our piecewise function. We've got our left-handed piece. We picked 3 points, and then this end point right on the border got a closed circle right there because it was less than or equal to 2. Since it was or equal to, this one got a closed circle. Then we put an open circle for this other piece because it's just greater than 2, and then we found a couple of points to help us connect our line that way. Again, I'm not really great at drawing straight lines using this, but hopefully that kind of lays out how we would graph and find these points.